Norwegian 2.0 in all but name, or a genuinely new attempt at low-cost, transatlantic air travel? That was the question on everyone's lips last year when the surprise announcement of new low-cost airline Norse Atlantic Airways hit the headlines. Despite CEO Bjørn Tore Larsen insisting that the airline is nothing to do with Norwegian, the question remains unanswered. From the planned route network to the aircraft, the similarities are striking. However, in a notably different strategy than Norwegian, Norse is busy courting labor associations on both sides of the Atlantic. Low-cost pioneers Norwegian left the long-haul market last year alongside a corporate restructuring, new financing and total rethink of its strategy. The Norwegian that has emerged from a turbulent year is now focused mostly on routes in Norway, between the Scandinavian countries and a handful of European leisure routes. Here's what we know so far about Norse. First and foremost, the airline plans to fill the gaps left by Norwegian on many long-haul routes between the US and Europe. The Norse website promises destinations such as New York, Los Angeles, Miami, London, Paris and Oslo, none of which will be a surprise to Norwegian's former long-haul customers. Norse will even operate the routes using the same leased aircraft, an initial fleet of 9 Boeing 787 Dreamliners previously flown by Norwegian. When flown by Norwegian, the aircraft had 32 premium economy seats in a 2-3-2 configuration and 259 economy seats in a 3-3-3 configuration. The new airline promises high cabin utilization to keep costs down. For this strategy to work, Norse will have to partner up with feeder airlines on both sides of the Atlantic. Could one of these be Norwegian? Announcements should be forthcoming in the months to come. But not everything is going to be the same. Competing airlines and unions cried foul throughout Norwegian's time in the US, claiming the airline created an international subsidiary based in Ireland simply to avoid Norway's strict labor laws. Norse will approach labor relations differently from the start, said Larsen in a joint press release with the Association of Flight Attendants, AFA. Norse started off by signing a recognition agreement with the International Transport Federation, before turning to specifics in the US. Norse then announced a pre-hire agreement for up to 700 US-based flight attendant jobs with AFA, which represents nearly 50,000 flight attendants at 17 airlines. Norse promises its new hires industry-leading starting pay and job protections, and benefits including healthcare and a 401k. Larsen said he was thrilled at the agreement, which makes clear from the start that our airline puts people first. AFA President Sarah Nelson said, "This is what respect for workers and our unions looks like," before hinting that many former US-based Norwegian cabin crew will take jobs with Norse.